Are you planning a cruise this year? These are the 60 best-selling cruise items that real travelers are buying right now. Whether this is your first cruise or your 15th, this list is guaranteed to upgrade your cruise. And number one, well, it's an item that I will never cruise without anymore. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you're going on a cruise this year, this video is for you because although I have done cruise essentials videos in the past, I like to keep things current. And what I did is I went through my list of all of the different items that have been sold on Amazon this year. And what surprised me is some of the items that were quite popular last year and the year before are no longer making the list, while some of the items that were in the top 10 completely surprised me. Now, I've broken this video up into categories, and I am going to be sharing that top 10 countdown towards the end of the video. Now, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. All right, starting this list off with pre-cruise and embarkation day essentials. Number 60, pressure relief earplugs. Now, if you are somebody that on the way over to a cruise, when you fly, you get blocked ears and they stay for a day or two or three, these are absolutely amazing. For my husband, Frank, this has been a miracle. So he always uses these. And by the way, what you do is you put them in your ear about 30 minutes before your plane is taking off and about 30 minutes before you land. You don't necessarily need to keep them in the whole time. There's a little bit of a procedure as well in terms of like unblocking your sinuses. But for Frank, this has been a lifesaver. The airplane phone holder. Now, this is the best airplane phone holder that we've ever used. It is magnetic, and this has been one of our top bestsellers this year. An airplane's pocket seat organizer. Now, I think over the last year, it started to gain popularity, but this year it is really going strong. I finally tried it for the first time on a recent cruise and a flight over there and back. It is so much better than sticking your hand right into the airplane pocket. You can actually organize all your items, and I was surprised at how much I liked it. In fact, I do think, as many people have told me that they have purchased it as a gift for other people, that I will be doing the same. The passport wallet. Now, this is actually something that I've been using, I think, since 2022. It's a classic. It still works really well. You can tell my flight boarding passes are still in here, but you can put everybody's passports on one side. You have room for, whether it's your Nexus card or anything like that. You have room for, in a zippered part, for any money that you want to leave there. You have room to put your keys and really any items. But what I do is I just keep this on me as I'm walking through the airport and through the cruise port as well. And then any items that you need, like your boarding passes for your plane or even for your cruise, you can have them folded right in front. By the way, as always in my videos, you will find all of the items that I am mentioning in the video linked down below in the description of my video. I'm also going to pin a comment with all of those items. Apple AirTags. Now, I've heard from people how much they find that these have been so useful for them, not only as they cruise, but as they travel. And many people say they not only put them in their luggage, but they put them in their carry-on, their handbags, and more. Now, I have to say, a lot of times people do ask me, what about things like tiles or other Bluetooth trackers? I think those definitely can work, but because I have an iPhone, I've only tried these. Please let me know your experience with any other Bluetooth trackers down in the comments below. All right, I'm gonna try to speed things up a little bit. I know we have a lot to go through. Cruise lanyards. Now, you would think that maybe these are going to start losing popularity, but no, they are a very convenient option. Now, personally, these are my favorite ones. They come in all different colors, so they're kind of cute, but I just want to show you something. They unclip. So if you don't want to wear this around your neck, I don't always want to wear it around my neck. You can just throw this into your pocket, or you have a little clip right over here. Let me show you. So you can actually just clip it onto your pocket as well. A digital travel luggage scale. Now, this is really easy. You just place this around your handle, you lift it up, and you'll be able to get it in kilograms as well as in pounds. Now, funny story, we were recently at the airport coming home from our cruise, and while my luggage was at the appropriate weight to fly down to my cruise, it was overweight coming back. So what did I have to do? I had to undo all of our luggage. We were doing a little bit of the Jenga game right in front of the check-in agent. What I would have wanted to avoid had I had this with me, which of course I didn't bring on my last cruise. Now, by the way, if you're planning a cruise and you're trying to make sure that you stay organized and don't forget a thing, I do have the LifeWell Cruised Ultimate Cruise Planner. Now, the LifeWell Cruised Ultimate Cruise Planner is a 47-page downloadable printable cruise planner that you can use for as many cruises as you go on and print only the pages that you need. Now, it includes cruise packing lists, cruise embarkation day checklists, cruise debarkation day checklist, cruise outfit planning forms, shore excursion planning forms, budget planning forms, and more. If you are interested in seeing what's included in the LifeWell Cruise Ultimate Cruise Planner, I'll leave all of the information linked down below in the description in case you do want to check it out. A perfume atomizer. This is really good to pack your perfumes. You can just put a little bit of your favorite perfume or cologne into this little travel size container. And even if you're packing carry-on only, you can then bring your favorite scent with you. Clear TSA approved toiletry bags. I cannot tell you how many different kinds I have tried. I still always come back to these very simple ones. They've got a nice solid zipper. They are the perfect size. And I've not only brought liquids, but I've used it for toiletries. I've even used it for electronics in the past. It's great because it is see-through. Now, before we move on from pre-cruise and packing, I did want to show you some of the most popular carry-on bags that have been sold on Amazon. So this is the Love Look Weekender or Duffel. I love the fact that right here at the bottom, you can see you've got room for shoes. And I don't only put shoes there. I'll put shoes, but I'll also put a packing cube with my change of clothes for that day. So I always have, honestly, even a couple of changes of clothes just in case. And this one, what I really like about it, it's honestly, it's a really good size, but it also comes with this little makeup bag. And even sometimes when I haven't used this duffel, I've still used this makeup case because it does seem like for travel, it is the perfect size. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know what my favorite carry-on bag was for quite a long time. I still like this bag. Look, it's still in really good condition. You can see this nautical striped carry-on bag. It has the luggage sleeves so it can go right over your carry-on. This one is a really nice size. And this one is also a bestseller. This one does have the separate compartment if you like that at the bottom, the shoe compartment. It's available in a couple of colors, but I just love the combination of the navy and white stripe and the brown leather look. I find that it's still a classic and it still is one of our best sellers. The jewelry pouch. Now, I think that this is in the medium size. I've bought the small before, but I just find the medium size works quite well. You can see you've got place to keep your items in pouches. Oh goodness. Now my necklaces just ended up kind of spilling all over, but you have room for your necklaces here too. You've got room for rings if you like, and this little pouch. But what I like about this is the fact that because it is flat in comparison to some of those square boxes, this packs really nicely right into your handbag when you're traveling, but it also can be placed right in the pocket of your carry-on. Cabin organization and comfort items. Now, by the way, I am going to share with you the one item that is dropped from the list this year out of this category. So firstly, popular item are these magnet clips. Now, these actually come in a set of 12, very popular. And this is great, by the way, because most of the time cruise cabin walls are going to be metal. So if you want to be able to put your shore excursion tickets and some of those different papers that you get, your itinerary, whatever, cruise planner, you can place that right onto your wall. The motion sensor nightlight. Now you might wonder, why do I need a motion sensor nightlight? Well, first of all, it is magnetic, so it can actually stick right onto the wall or the ceiling. You can put this right in front of your bathroom or, you know, at the end of your bed. And this way, if you do get up during the night, you don't end up tripping. Or when you go into the bathroom, there's usually just this little 2-inch step or so, and you don't end up tripping and falling there. Now, some cruise cabins do now have these little lights at the bottom of the furniture, but most cruise cabins don't. So this is something that is very handy. A mesh pop-up hamper. Don't knock it until you try it. It actually is a place that you can keep all of your dirty laundry and it stays out of the way. And this item did surprise me. Portable hangers. Now, you know why it surprised me? It is because you can ask your cabin attendant for hangers, so you don't need to bring your own. But a lot of people say they don't want to have to ask for extra hangers. They want to have these with them. And actually, I have started to travel with them. If I know I have like 3 days at a hotel, I never find that there are enough hangers, so I bring these with me. A retractable travel clothesline. Now, this is very handy because it's got the clips built right in, but I have a little confession to make. I never use this, so I just end up using my magnet hooks. And yes, I am going to link magnet hooks, but I'm going to share with you them a little bit later. But I just use those. But many people do really love this travel clothesline that can hook from one side of your cabin wall to the other. The over-the-door mesh organizer. This remains one of the most popular cruise essentials, I think, especially if you do have children. Now, by the way, the company that I recommend, they now have 2 different versions. One of them has different size pockets, which I can see is also gaining some popularity. I'm going to link them both, but please let me know which version you prefer. A portable rechargeable desk fan. Now, this is great for both white noise as well as air circulation, especially at night in cabins. So you can see it's rechargeable. What I like about this one, and apparently many other people do too, is the fact that it is flat, but look how you can actually just prop that up. And as some people have told me, a little trick is they actually sort of hang it on a little hook on the wall or on the ceiling even to keep that air circulating. An LED travel makeup mirror. Now, you have different settings for the light, of course, and you can turn that off. But this is great for cabins, for hotel rooms as well. And a cruiser's best friend, Downy Wrinkle Release Spray. Now, for anybody who's new to cruising, something that you should know is that you cannot bring a travel iron or even a clothes steamer right now because those are potential fire hazards. But what you can do is bring a little travel size Downy Wrinkle Release. That does really help. Now, I am going to be sharing the top 10 later, but I didn't want to not mention this in this segment. So these are magnet hooks, and I do want to show you, they're really not terribly big. So I think sometimes it surprises people. And when you get them in the package, they are going to be like separated. So you actually need to screw in this little hook. Now, these are actually, if I'm not mistaken, these are about 100 pounds. And honestly, the best selling ones for me are the 80 pounds to the 110 pounds even. I find that these work best. And by the way, not only can you put them on your wall, but if you really need something to hang and be very solid, you can put them on your ceiling. Sea days and shore days must-haves. So first of all, reef-friendly sunscreen. This is the most popular one, the Sunbum, that has been selling in SPF 30, but of course it's available in 50 as well. And I did want to show you something. This I absolutely swear by for years. It's amazing. It is the 7 Minerals Aloe Vera Gel. Now this is organic and it is non-sticky. So it makes a huge difference. If you do get a little bit of a sunburn, I've found that if I get a little bit red, if I can put this on right away or as soon as possible, it makes such a huge difference. And I'm not saying you should, but I've put it on my face and it has been very soothing. I have not broken out at all. A straw shoulder bag. Now this is actually a new purchase for me in January. I still love it for the price. I don't think you can get a better quality bag, not only on Amazon, but even at the mall. What I really like about this straw bag is not only is it stylish, it's very on trend, but it's got a zipper. So, you know, that's really good, especially if you are walking around in a port. The sun visor hat. Now, let's see, I'll put that on. There you go. So that's how it looks. But what a lot of people said is while they like this sun visor hat, they kind of prefer a regular hat. Although I have to tell you, this really has been a bestseller. So it depends, you know, on your hair and what you like. But I will show you the other hat that I have. I think it's by the same company. Yeah, it is by the same company as this one, which I find super cute as well. Now, speaking of sun hats, I do have something that is not, I would say it's not really inexpensive, but it's not super expensive either, but it does work really well, quite popular, is this magnetic hat holder. So if you are flying and you want to have your hat this way, instead of trying to pack it in your luggage, you can do that. But even if you're going out for the day and you want to attach this right onto your handbag or tote, that would work too. All right, moving on to real essentials, the waterproof fanny pack or phone pouch or whatever, waist pouch. So this is great if you're going on any water activity, even to the beach. Maybe when you go in the water, you don't love the idea of leaving your money, your cruise card, maybe other items, maybe you take your passport with you. If you don't like that idea, you can actually wear it right on you in this pouch. Water shoes, not very glamorous, but you would be surprised at how many beaches are quite rocky and not very comfortable, and you don't want to step on things. So these still have a rubber sole, so I find they're quite durable. I've had these for years, by the way, and you just rinse them off after your excursion or your beach day is finished, or you can even throw them in the washer. But they pack up absolutely flat. Now, I did want to show you one of our best sellers, but I also wanted to show you something new. So this is this mesh beach bag. It's quite cute. I've also had it for years, and it's quite easy to pack, and it's great to have on any cruise. You're always going to need a little bag to even head down to the pool, even if you don't plan to go to the beach. But I do have something new that I bought and I like. And so this is also in the same tones. I like neutrals because it goes with everything. It's a little bit of a bigger tote bag. And you can see that you actually have a zipper here as well. And what you have is a good spacious bag, but you've got these outer pockets as well. So if you just want to throw a few things into the outer sides, like sunscreen and stuff, or a couple of water bottles, you can definitely do that as well. A waterproof phone case on a lanyard really does work very well, so you can keep your phone with you. However, I did want to show you another newer item I've just purchased. The quality of this is just a little bit better than this one. This one honestly still does the job, so don't worry if you have this or if you are considering buying it. This one does take a little bit of a nicer quality picture if that's important to you. Towel bands. Now, if you're going on a cruise, something that you should know is that it gets very breezy on the pool deck, so you definitely want something to hold your towels down. Now, for people who've been cruising for a while, let me know if this does surprise you. The item that is not purchased very much anymore, so it's really dropped out of even the top 100, is towel clips. I still find them super cute, but I have to admit, these towel bands are much easier to pack. Please let me know if that surprises you down in the comments below. All right, let's move on to health and personal hygiene. Bonine or Bonine, very, very popular. Dramamine as well, but Bonine is honestly the item that is more purchased. Now, the other item that did surprise me a little bit are ginger tummy drops. Now, those are great because those are natural and they really do ease the stomach. Please let me know if you've used them. The other item are sea bands. So definitely when it comes to items that people buy for a cruise, handling seasickness and preventing it are a priority. Cold Ease zinc lozenges. Now, I have to say I don't have any of them with me anymore, but when I'm sometimes asked, what do I do to keep from getting sick on a cruise? It's not a guarantee, but I do actually take some sort of immune booster, and I do take even zinc naturally or Coldies, which I really do like, and it's a reminder I should get some. Poo-pourri before you go bathroom spray, but you want to know something? The most popular one is the original citrus scent in the original travel size. Silicone toothbrush covers. Now, I feel like I hardly ever talk about these anymore, but it seems like people do really like to protect their toothbrushes, and it does make sense because when you leave them in the bathroom, and let's face it, when the cabin attendant is going to clean, I always think about how they're probably going to be just like spraying everything, so I never want my toothbrushes to get sprayed with all of that cleaning solution. Hanging toiletry bags. Now, these are so handy because they do unfold. You can put everything in here and hang it up. It's great for organization, for everything. And by the way, it's available in two sizes. This is a large, this is a medium. Now, it did surprise me that the large actually had more purchases than the medium, just by a little bit Personally, I do prefer the medium size though. Pill organizer. I feel like I've shared this 1,000 times. I still swear by it. It's just the perfect size. I have it in a few colors and I always keep it on me so you can organize your medication by cold medications, by, you know, aspirin, Tylenol, etc., etc. Even I have some Tums here. I even usually keep a couple of even Bonines in them. And this way, even if I'm going to dinner on the ship, then I have everything with me. Now, I'm not going to include clothing overall in this video, but I did want to include this lace cover-up, which is very popular, very flattering. Now, I have it in white, and I don't think I share it in black as much as I should. It really is quite flattering. It's got this sort of section where it's a little bit opaque just in the tummy area. So it really is flattering for any woman's body. All right, moving on to tech as well as travel gear. So firstly, the non-surge protected power cube. Now, there's a couple that are still popular bestsellers, but this is quickly outweighing the others. It is a new version, and you can see this actually folds the little electric part. So it is a bit of a space saver. It has USB-C and USB-A outlets. It has your electric outlets. And again, it is non-surge protected. The power charger with built-in cables. Now, this is pretty good because it's got your built-in cables. It's also got your little part that you can plug right in even to your wall in your hotel. And I'm going to link a couple of the portable chargers that also have built-in cables because they now are the most popular items that are selling. The electronics organizer bag. Now this one we've had for quite a few years and it continues to be a really good seller. However, recently I found smaller ones that I actually prefer. So I'll link both of them depending on what you like, but I do prefer the organization for the size of my chargers right now in this one. An international travel adapter. Now, not only is this very handy if you are traveling abroad, but it also can be used right in your cruise cabin on those European outlets. A handheld rechargeable mini fan. Now, who would have imagined a few years ago that we would have this? I just want to show you. So this is like a lower one, setting, higher, higher again. This is amazing. If you are going somewhere this summer, let me shut that off, where it's going to be hot, this is very handy and convenient. And by the way, it does fold up that you can put it right in your bag. The foldable backpack. I love this one. It's super lightweight and actually fits in quite a lot. But one of the nice things about it is it actually folds up just like this. So even if you're somebody who's not necessarily using a backpack all the time, you're going to find this very useful. The cruise card holder. Now, we talked before about lanyards, but I know not everybody wants to use a lanyard. But what a lot of people are using is the cruise card holder. Now, just to let you know, this is Frank's old case and he still has a lanyard on there. It really went through quite a lot of cruises, still held up, but I did want to show you the difference. We also tried this one, which is sort of just a little bit of a knockoff, and you can see that it just stretches out. And something that Frank mentioned is he found that this one, given the tightness of it, was perfect for his cruise card. And even if he went off the ship, sometimes he'd put his credit card in and a couple of dollars as well. Now, can you guess what this is? It's actually a reusable straw. So you could even hang this on your lanyard if you want. But I'll just show you. So if you don't want to use those paper straws or the candy straws, those are the worst for me on Carnival. In any case, so this little straw works like this, and it does include, make sure you do take it out before you plop this in your drink. It does include a little brush as well. Collapsible water bottles. So if you want to bring a water bottle with you, but you don't want it to take up all of that space, this is how tiny this becomes. Touchscreen gloves. Now, why touchscreen gloves? Well, for Alaska cruisers. In Alaska, especially if you're going to have any days in the glaciers, it does get quite cool. And even if you go at the beginning of the season or towards the end of the season, you want something to really keep your hands a little bit warm. But if you use the touchscreen gloves, you can also take photos, videos, text, etc. with your phone. Now, also a bestseller, not only for Alaska, but for other cruises as well, are these travel binoculars. So these are pretty small, pretty lightweight, and they come in this little case. They really are perfect, but especially if you're going on an Alaskan cruise. All right, so now for our top 10, but I do have some honorable mentions and a couple of items that didn't quite make the list. All right, countdown on number 10, the over-the-door mesh organizer. Number 8, luggage tag holders. I probably should have mentioned these earlier on, but no matter what cruise line you are sailing with, pretty much, luggage tag holders are probably going to be the best purchase that you've ever made. Number 7, the rechargeable desk fan. Number 6, the travel binoculars. Number 5, Downy wrinkle release. Number 4, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but the Bag Smart packing cubes. So I do want to show you. This comes in a set. So with this larger size, it also comes in this size. I've compressed it just a little bit. You've got a couple of other sizes as well. And this is one of my favorite sizes too. And it does compress as well. Now, I do want to know if any of these are going to surprise you. Number 3, the reusable straw. Number 2, the motion sensor light. And number 1, the almighty magnet hook. Now, I have a couple of honorable mentions, and I am going to share one item that has dropped off the list. So let's start with the item that is dropped off the list that really was quite popular a couple of years ago. And this is the simple digital alarm clock. So it's not that it's not selling, but it really has dropped out of the list. Still very handy though. Now the item that's really coming up on the list, and it's not a cruise essential, but it's definitely something that a lot of people are purchasing, are the bar shampoo and conditioners by Kitsch. I've tried a couple of the different kinds. I absolutely love them. I am going to link the most recent one that I purchased, which is the one with rosemary and biotin, linked down below, as well as the other rice one that leaves your hair so soft and smelling so good. And regular packing cubes. Although compression packing cubes are definitely selling more than the regular packing cubes, there are a couple of brands of packing cubes that are selling really well, and I've purchased them, and they're both a good quality. So one of them is the Bagale brand, and the other is the Vekin. If you have any others that you really like, please let me know down in the comments below. Now, I'm going to leave all of the information about the LifeWell Cruise Ultimate Cruise Planner linked down below this video, as well as the links to all of the items that I mentioned in this video. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know, are there any items that you think should be on this list? Please let me know down in the comments below. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Whew, bye for now and happy cruising.